Hey there guys, it's the Camel again and welcome back to Camel Kingdom. First of all, don't be confused about the layout, or let's say the layer above everything. This is a recording basically from yesterday, from our Twitch recording session. Oh, well, it wasn't a recording session, it was a live session on Twitch. And I was kind of happy. So we were about 40 people in the stream, which was really good. I have to say, I have to get used to the amount of people in there to reply to the chat, but I kind of want to do this more often because it's pretty fun, and actually we can talk about every stuff and just get to know each other a little bit better. So lots of those people I do know already a little bit because of the connection over the last couple of months, so it's a really cool thing. But anyways, as always, I'm trying to get this then back onto YouTube again, and I'm pretty happy that I actually that I'm able to bring this back to YouTube, because I now have kind of a setup which allows me to record in 1080p at the same time as streaming. It's basically also because I have a new internet connection, and all of this makes the entire thing a little bit better right now. So I'm happy to give you the footage, and as you all have decided you want to see the entire footage of the Mainstreet, so here you go. That's the next episode, and we will have one more which will be a very long one to finish up the Mainstreet. Anyways, that also means actually that this is a recording from Twitch. It also means that we will have some breaks in between this video. You can just skip ahead if you don't want to wait, but since it's speeded up by 10 times, it shouldn't be too long of a waiting time. I just decided to not cut everything out because, you know, it's kind of, it's a lot of work for me to do this, and I still don't have that much time to produce videos, and I want to make sure to give you kind of good videos, and also with commentary and stuff like that. So I have to see where I can save some time, and I think, you know, those few seconds are not worth the, let's say, half an hour I have to search for all these footage. So also you will see maybe some flickering from my taskbar and stuff like that in this video, because somehow OBS did some strange things within the recording, so I jumped back to the desktop for a second, but since there isn't anything which you shouldn't see, it's I guess fine to leave it in. Anyways, that's a lot of explanation before jumping in, but let's maybe just start off with talking about what will be done in this episode. So basically I started doing this kind of video, or this kind of episode, by just placing another building on the right hand side of the Mainstreet with the red wet kind of, I don't know what kind of building this is, but with this little balcony in front of it. And I just wanted to make something special, which I'm really happy about in the end how it turned out, because I used to see this quite often in Disney parks, that you always have kind of a gallery kind of on the left or the right side of the Mainstreet. So there is kind of a gallery in the backyard, so to say. So you can, some of those buildings you can walk through, and then at the end of it there is a gallery which is going parallel to the Mainstreet, with a lot of pictures and stuff like that, and some shops. And I do remember that in Disneyland Paris you do have this gallery on the left hand side when you just join the park, and I think there are some shops in, if I remember correctly. But I kind of wanted to create something like that as well, and also the target was to kind of connect another part of the park right with this gallery, so that, you know, not everybody has to walk until the really end of the Mainstreet, which is kind of cool in terms of pathfinding and the idea about theme parks in general. But I just want to spread it out a little bit more, so that we do have some traffic later on also on the left hand side, as well as on the Mainstreet itself, which also gives a little bit the chance to have some more diversity in kind of the way how people do behave on the Mainstreet. So if you just want to have some shops to the left and to the right, okay, people would go exactly there. But with this little gallery on the left hand side, which leads into another area of the park, we are actually able to have a real way which people can use and will use according to their ideas where they want to go. So that's basically the first idea of this gallery, and so that's maybe enough said about this. And then I just, at the moment, I'm just building a really completely custom-made window frame, which will in the end function as kind of a little, I don't even know how this is called. I should have looked it up before the episode. I just forgot because I just jumped in making the commentary right now because I wanted to pump it out tomorrow. So that's why I'm just rushing now into the commentary, and it's also the reason why I'm not going to do this commentary for the entire episode. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that this kind of window frame, or let's say it's even more than a window frame, it's a little bit of a part which will stick out from the entire building. As you can see now, I'm already preparing it just to measure things, to make the roof correctly, and yeah, it's all kind of stuff you need to do when you plan buildings. As said, I also plan to do a little bit of a tutorial again about efficient building. I still don't know when I do find the time to do so, but for the moment I can just explain according to this footage you can see there. So if you're building yeah, as I do, with a lot of detail and a lot of custom-made sets, you always want to make sure that you do build modules before you go into to finish up an entire build. So what I did is like start off with this window frame, which I have to use 3 times in the end, just copy it around and rotate it a little bit, a tiny little bit. So I want to make sure before I go into this kind of copy and paste action that the module I need is completely finished. Normally, which I haven't done yet, is or which I haven't done this time, I do copy it around, and I do copy it as well one time and just put it completely away from the entire build, so if anything went wrong I can just delete the entire stuff and build it again. I didn't do that in here, basically because of the Twitch recording. I just forgot about it because of answering to the comments, and yeah, I think I was kind of certain that this would work, and I'm also pretty certain that I won't need this again, so that's basically why I didn't do this. But normally if I do build something that I will use later on again, it's always handy to just copy it to another place in the park, which you can grab it from later on. That's the basic idea about the building you want to have in Planet Coaster. So it's, you know, you can also do it in a different way. I always want to, or I think I will do an entire video about it, because it's a kind of a philosophy thing. If you are more the person to work with those modules, is fine, but you can also work, and I also tended to do this, I just decided to go with modules, but you can also work with different buildings, which makes you a little bit more flexible in the way to build more buildings of the same kind of style, but in a little bit of a variation, but it also limits you a little bit in the way how you can move them. But anyway, that will be a topic for another video, because that will take us now far away from what's actually going on in this video. And this is basically yeah, just for now I'm going to detail a little bit more of this gallery entrance way over here. So it will be the gallery which you will see then later on going to the backyard, as I said, and there you will have a little bit of this kind of, yeah, kind of gallery where people can walk through, and you have some flowers to the left and to the right, some lamps, and you know, it's just really narrow. It feels also really narrow. It also should give you this kind of a little backyard look, so don't be confused if you think it's not that widespread and open like the Mainstreet is. It should be a contrast to it. So it's fully intended, so don't get me wrong. I think it's really important to have a Mainstreet that is really open, widespread, and has a lot of detail and a lot of, yeah, just space where people can walk. But this gallery should be exactly the opposite. So yeah, just explaining a little bit why I do so. And I must say that though I normally tend to just build and go in with a lot of creativity, I am really, obsessed, or I'm really obsessed with kind of main streets in the way that I do like the architecture a lot, and this is also a reason why I waited that long to actually build a main street until we had enough pieces I'm happy with. Though the main street itself won't be finished when we have all buildings, because I will put in a lot of detail and also try to make it a little bit more realistic. I even thought of doing kind of a control room, but I somehow think I won't do this because it's kind of a question whether you do it just for realism or whether you do it because it's seen. And in the way it isn't seen, because it would be in some of those buildings in the upper floor with some computers and stuff like that, which is cool for obsessed people, and I'm definitely going to do some crazy stuff, nerdy stuff like that somewhere in the future, but not in this park, because I think, you know, pieces and the count of pieces is already a problem. Well, the performance in this park is still awesome, so I've got no problems with that, but later on we will have some serious problems with the performance, and I think it would be more intelligent to just leave those unnecessary details away. So yeah, that's basically the idea behind this. And yeah, furthermore, I think, as a last thing to tell you guys, I also will continue with this park later on in a pirates area, and yeah, down to this reason, I'm planning already a little bit more in the background how this main street should look in the end. But yeah, so most of all, I think we just spent a few more episodes now building crazy stuff and building crazy different buildings, and you know, just a lot of detail to make the main street again. And I hope that you guys didn't hear the music coming from my headphones, because it just turned out that I have already a level in my editing software with a lot of music going on, and I have to tune it down later on again. I just put away the headphone, and I still hope you can't hear, but I think it's pretty loud. I will now put it below my desk so you shouldn't hear. Anyways, maybe a last thing I want to tell you guys about this main street is that I had a pretty nice idea. I'm so sorry, I don't remember who it was, but I was kind of playing around with my Rudy statue, which I've built in one of the earliest episodes of Camel Kingdom, and I just don't know what to do with it. And somebody had this brilliant idea to use it as kind of a little bridge on the main street. So I will try to use it in a way that we will have this Rudy in his little coaster car crossing the main street, and it will come out of one building and go into the other one on the opposite side. I will try if this works, because I think it's a pretty nice idea, and it could give the main street this extra crazy nice look to it, and this little detail as you also have in Disneyland and other Disney worlds. And you know, those main streets are pretty much the same in terms of look and feel, but you always have kind of this really special thing going on. Either way, the castle in the background, so for example as the weenie, but you also have some shops which are a little bit different than the entire main street itself. And by the way, this is the statue I'm talking of. Just trying a little trick which I will explain in one of my next videos as well. It's basically a trick how you can make things move without having anything going on the screen, so it seems like it's really floating. But anyways, that's a completely different topic. So actually we are already moving into this gallery, and I have to stop now with the commentary because I'm already nearly 14 minutes in, and I will do some more talk about the main street in the next episode. We will have a lot of time in the next episode, so I hope you liked this episode, and maybe I used the occasion for a second, because I hope for those who just stick with me in the commentary until this point in time, I do have a special question, and I'm just planning to have another game going on this channel, besides City Skylines, which I will continue, and some special I have prepared, and I will do with somebody else, you know, and it's nothing related to Planet Coaster though, so just be curious for it. But I want to do something else, and I would like to know if you guys have some recommendations for me. Like, just tell me which games you're currently playing, which you would love me to play. I'd prefer some simulation games, of course, but you know, also sports is fine, and RPGs as well. So just put down some ideas which I could do. It would be pretty nice if it could be a let's play. You know, that would be cool. And I'm also a big fan of games like Life is Strange. I love the game. So if you do have anything like that which you want to see on this channel, and maybe there's a game which I haven't played yet, so it would be a cool thing. But the idea about it should be a let's play, because I just want to have something where I can provide you guys videos on a not daily base, but every second or maybe every third day, without having too much trouble editing, speeding up, recording, you know, that's the kind of stuff. That would be a great thing. So anyway, thanks for watching as always, and see you in the next episode, and have fun with the crazy music in the background. So see ya then, guys. Bye bye.